If you are still doing these 6 things over 70, you are truly a rare and exceptional person. Hey there, my wise and wonderful friends. Welcome back to the channel, where we share tips, stories, and inspiration for living your best life in your golden years. I'm so thrilled to have you here today because we're diving into something truly special. If you're over 70, or if you're approaching that milestone, this one's for you. And even if you're younger, stick around because these life lessons are timeless. Today, we're talking about 6 incredible things that some people over 70 are still doing, habits, mindsets, and choices that make them rare and exceptional. These aren't just random acts. They're powerful practices that keep them vibrant, healthy, and full of joy. I'll share stories, examples, and practical tips so you can feel inspired to embrace these in your own life. You see, aging isn't about slowing down or fading away. It's about living with purpose, staying connected, and finding joy in every day. I've spent years talking to seniors, doctors, and experts, and I've seen firsthand how certain habits can transform lives. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's dive into these 6 things that make you a truly remarkable person if you're still doing them past 70. Ready? Let's go. 1. You're staying physically active. In your own way, let's start with something that's at the heart of healthy aging. Staying active. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights, unless that's your thing. And if it is, you're a rock star. What makes you exceptional is finding ways to move your body that work for you, whether it's gardening, walking, yoga, or even dancing in your living room. Take my friend Margaret, who's 74. She lives in a small town in Ohio and swears by her daily walks with her dog. Max, it's not just exercise, she told me. It's my time to clear my head, wave at neighbors, and feel alive. Studies back her up. Regular movement, even light activity, can lower the risk of heart disease, improve mood, and keep joints flexible. The CDC says just 150 minutes of moderate activity a week can make a huge difference. That's about 20 minutes a day. What's inspiring about people like Margaret is their consistency. They don't let age or ache stop them. Maybe you're swimming at the community pool, like John, who's 78 and says the water makes him feel weightless and young. Or perhaps you're like Susan, 71, who does chair yoga to manage arthritis. The key is finding what feels good and sticking with it. So, if you're still moving your body in your 70s, give yourself a pat on the back. You're exceptional. Tip: start small. Try a 10-minute walk or a gentle stretch routine. Apps like Silver Sneakers have free videos for seniors, or check out YouTube for chair exercises. Your body will thank you. 2. You're learning new things with curiosity. Here's something that blows my mind. People over 70 who are still learning new skills or hobbies. In a world that sometimes tells us to act our age, these folks are out there taking art classes, learning to play the ukulele, or even mastering smartphones. That curiosity and openness to growth, that's rare and beautiful. Let me tell you about Robert, a 76-year-old from London. After retiring, he decided to learn Spanish because he wanted to travel to Spain. I was terrible at languages in school, he laughed, but now I'm on Duolingo every day and I can order tapas like a pro. Research shows that learning new things keeps your brain sharp. A 2020 study in the Journals of Gerontology found that older adults who engage in mentally stimulating activities have a lower risk of cognitive decline. What's so special about people like Robert is their willingness to step out of their comfort zone. Maybe you're like Helen, 73, who started painting watercolors and now sells her art at local markets. Or perhaps you're like Tom, 80, who learned to use Zoom to stay connected with his grandkids during the pandemic. If you're still curious and learning, you're not just exceptional. You're an inspiration. Tip: try something new this week. Sign up for a local class, watch a YouTube tutorial, or ask a grandkid to teach you something techie. Your brain loves a challenge. 3. You're building and keeping strong relationships. One of the most powerful things you can do over 70 is nurture your relationships. Exceptional people know that connection is the key to a happy life. Whether it's family, friends, or even new acquaintances, you're making time to laugh, listen, and love. I'll never forget meeting Clara, a 79-year-old from California. She hosts a weekly coffee club at her house, where neighbors come to chat and share stories. It's not fancy, she said, but it's my lifeline. Science agrees. Strong social ties are linked to longer life and better mental health. A Harvard study that followed people for over 80 years found that relationships are the biggest predictor of happiness and longevity. What makes people like Clara stand out is their effort. They call old friends, write letters, or join community groups. Take David, 77, who volunteers at a local library and says meeting new people keeps him young. Or Linda, 72, who organizes family game nights on Zoom. If you're still investing in relationships, you're doing something truly remarkable. Tip: reach out to someone this week. Call a friend, join a book club, or volunteer. Even small connections can make a big difference. 4. You're practicing gratitude every day. Let's talk about gratitude. If you're over 70 and still finding reasons to be thankful every day, you're a rare gem. Life throws challenges, health issues, loss, change. But exceptional people choose to focus on the good, no matter how small. I met Dorothy, 81, at a community center in Manchester. She keeps a gratitude journal and writes 3 things she's thankful for every night. Some days it's as simple as a sunny afternoon or a kind cashier, she said. It changes how I see the world. Studies show gratitude can reduce stress, improve sleep, and even boost immunity. A 2019 study in personality and individual differences found that grateful people report higher life satisfaction, even in tough times. What's amazing about people like Dorothy is their perspective. They've lived through enough to know life isn't perfect, but they still find joy. Maybe you're like George, 75, who says a prayer of thanks every morning, or like Ann, 70, who sends thank you notes to friends just because. If you're practicing gratitude, you're not just exceptional. You're a light in the world. Tip: try Dorothy's trick. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day, or tell someone you appreciate them. It's a small act with big rewards. 5. You're giving back to others. Here's something that truly sets exceptional people apart: giving back. If you're over 70 and still finding ways to help others, whether through volunteering, mentoring, or small acts of kindness, you're making a difference in ways you might not even realize. Take James, 78, from Texas. He tutors kids at a local school, helping them with reading. I've got time and stories to share, he told me. It keeps me sharp, and the kids love my bad jokes. Research backs this up. Volunteering is linked to lower depression rates and a sense of purpose. A 2021 study in the gerontologist found that older adults who volunteer feel more fulfilled and even live longer. What's inspiring about people like James is their selflessness. Maybe you're like Mary, 74, who knits blankets for homeless shelters. Or like Peter, 80, who shares life advice with younger coworkers. If you're still giving back, you're not just exceptional. You're a hero. Tip: look for small ways to help. Donate to a food bank, mentor someone, or simply listen to a neighbor. Your kindness matters. 6. You're embracing change with courage. Finally, let's talk about courage. If you're over 70 and still embracing change, whether it's moving to a new city, trying new technology, or adapting to life surprises, you're truly remarkable. Change isn't easy at any age, but you're facing it with grace and bravery. I'll never forget meeting Evelyn, 76, who moved to a retirement community in Florida after her husband passed. I was scared, she admitted, but I wanted a fresh start. Now she's the life of the community, organizing bingo nights and making new friends. Studies show that adaptability is key to mental health. A 2020 study in psychology and aging found that older adults who embrace change report lower stress and higher life satisfaction. What makes people like Evelyn special is their resilience. Maybe you're like Michael, 73, who learned to use an iPad to video chat with grandkids. Or like Patricia, 79, who started therapy to cope with grief and says it's the best decision I ever made. If you're still saying yes to change, you're an inspiration. Tip: take one small step toward change. Try a new hobby, join a new group, or ask for help with something new. You've got this. Wow, what a journey we've been on today. If you're over 70 and doing even one of these 6 things, staying active, learning, connecting, practicing gratitude, giving back, or embracing change, you're already exceptional. And if you're working toward these habits, you're on your way to a vibrant, fulfilling life. Aging isn't about what you can't do. It's about what you choose to do. Every step you take, every smile you share, every lesson you learn, it all adds up to a life well lived. I'm so inspired by people like Margaret, Robert, Clara, Dorothy, James, and Evelyn, and I know you are too. Their stories remind us that our golden years can be some of our best. So, here's my challenge to you. Pick one of these 6 things and try it this week. Maybe take a walk, call a friend, or write down something you're grateful for. Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're living your best life. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next dose of wisdom. Thank you for being part of this community. You're not just watching, you're inspiring others with your strength and spirit. Keep shining, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay happy, and keep being exceptional.